Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. Today I am bringing back a team that I featured a few videos ago. This is my Electivire Entei team. And yeah, I'm just going to do a couple battles here. You know, I wanted to try to upload it a little more frequently. And I have a couple new teams in the works. And they're a lot of fun and everything like that, but you know, I just wanted to mix things up here and feature a team that I've already shown, and also mainly because in the last video when I featured this team, you know, this team was kind of built around Electivire, and yet I didn't even bring it, so hopefully today's battles will be kinder to Electivire, because I do want to show it off, but the Entei was, I think, the MVP in the last feature of this team, and then everything else is pretty good, so I'm going to post a link to that video in the description and at the end of this video if you want to check out my more detailed walkthrough of the team. And the Pokepaste will of course be in the description as well. But yeah, let's get started. The team is just kind of like a fast-paced team, you know, good offensive Pokemon, really a lot of good offensive Pokemon. And we're trying to use Electivire here with the new Supercell Slam move. Electivire hits pretty hard, it's got really good coverage. With a Terra flying type, it's also pretty good because if they try to hit you with an electric move, you are immune to it and you get a speed boost. Now, unfortunately, electric is not that common of a typing, but it's there in case that happens. So we're gonna try it out, see what happens, and let's get to those games. Here is game number one. My opponent has a very Hoenn-centric team. Well, at least they have two of the Hoenn starters, which are both pretty good. Blaziken's pretty good. You don't see it as often as I personally thought you would, but I think it's still a solid Pokemon. Swampert is also a Pokemon that's good. The rest of my opponent's team is very good, just a bunch of great Pokemon. Is this an Electivire game? Honestly, I think it's pretty likely that they lead with Swampert. Swampert, when you bring it, it is typically a stealth rocker with like Yawn and stuff like that, which means that it's pretty good against Electivire. Electivire is pretty solid against most things on their team except for Swampert, and also kind of the Ursaluna as well is kind of annoying for Electivire, but let's see what happens here. Also, you know, Entei's typically good against these types of teams as well, but this also looks like a rough Entei game because they have Swampert, they have Blaziken who cannot be burned, Urshifu is really good. I'm going to lead Espeon expecting them to lead with Swampert, and honestly Espeon's a solid lead against most everything, so I think it's fine for me to lead Espeon. Then I have to make a quick decision here. Ursaluna is scary. Oh no everyone, I'm running out of time. I don't know if Electivire is any good. I'm going to bring Entei, I might... Yeah, I think Entei's a little better than Electivire, but who knows, everyone. You know, it is also possible they might lead with Ursaluna. Ursalun's another Pokemon that typically runs like Stealth Rock. That's what I've seen. They have a cool trainer card with their shiny Graveler. Let's see what my opponent's got going on over here. They lead Flutter Mane, really interesting. I do end up leading Espeon, so this is a pretty interesting situation, and they get that booster energy right away. I did bring Ursaluna, which is a pretty solid switch here, assuming they're going to go for the Ghost type move right away. I'm going to go right into Ursaluna. It's possible they predict this, but we have the Assault Vest, so we should be able to take like a Moonblast. So, and then other moves they could have, I'm not like super worried about. I guess it's possible they could have like Energy Ball. That's not a very common move on Flutter Mane though, so my expectation is just Shadow Ball, but if they go Moonblast, that means they were predicting. And they do go Moonblast, of course they do. We take that pretty nicely, and luckily for me, we do not get the special attack drop. So I'm just gonna click Blood Moon here. It's just a good move to go for all around. We might potentially knock them out even. I mean, Flutter Mane's just a dumb Pokemon. It's extremely fast, it hits extremely hard, and its special defense stat is also really good, so I might not even knock it out here. They might go into Ursaluna. No, they go into Swampert. I'm happy about this. Okay. Go Blood Moon. This should do good damage. It does. And now I'm at the risk. Oh, we get their berry. Okay, that's a little annoying. I think I'm just gonna go right back into Espeon here. Espeon doesn't have a great matchup against Flutter Mane. Well, here's the thing. Now that they've switched out their Flutter Mane, they don't have the booster energy intact anymore, so they won't get that speed boost. So my Espeon is actually faster than their Flutter Mane. They go Earthquake. I should take this. I actually have some defense investment. Yeah, I do take that decently. And I'm just gonna go Psychic here. It's possible they survive because Swampert is pretty tanky, but this should do good damage. Ooh, it does not. That does not do good damage at all. And they're gonna knock us out with that flip turn. Okay, that's fine. We got some damage on the Swampert, which I'm happy about. And they're probably gonna go right back into Flutter Mane here, but I guess if they don't go into Flutter Mane, we get to see who their third Pokemon is. Entei looks pretty solid against, well, I guess they do have, okay, they go Dragonite. All right, well, we have to go Entei here so we can burn them with Sacred Fire. I am just gonna go ahead and Terrastalize now. If their Flutter Mane, well, I mean, I'm gonna Terrastalize. Expecting an Earthquake. Yeah, I think I have to. I think simply because I'm kind of behind right now, I think I should just go ahead and Terrastalize, because if I don't and they happen to go for Earthquake here, then I'm just dead. And if Entei faints, then, like, you know, I don't have a chance of winning this game. So we're just gonna go ahead and Terrastalize. I know it looks weird, but I did go Sacred Fire just to burn them. I could have gone for Stone Edge, but yeah, I think, oh, I guess I don't guaranteed burn them. All right, so this is actually a little awkward. They know I have Sacred Fire now. So if they're Terra Steel, they're not gonna go for it. I think it's pretty likely. Oh yeah, we get the Mirror Herb, the Dragon Dance boost. Oh, that's actually insane. If they have extreme speed, they're probably Terra Normal, which means they might just go for it. However, it's possible they don't. Yeah, actually, that is actually, I might have made like a big brain play right there, because they knew I had Sacred Fire. So if they were Terra Normal or Terra Steel, they were less likely to Terrastalize, because then I would hit them for neutral damage. And they didn't know that I had the Stone Edge, so we got to knock them out there, and then we're gonna clean up this Swampert pretty easily. Felt like it was pretty likely they would not Terrastalize here because they're so low. I guess unless they were like Terra Steel, but given that they know that I have like Sacred Fire, I think that's too big of a risk for them. So now I am at +1 speed against a Flutter Mane. They still have not Terrastalized, which is really important to keep in mind. I'm just gonna click Sacred Fire, you know, even if they're like Terra Fire or Terra Water, which is possible, those are somewhat common on Flutter Mane, I still think it's worth it to do this. Also, if they Terrastalize and we happen to survive a hit from them, oh, they're Stellar, okay. If we happen to survive a hit, which is not super likely, we do have the extreme speed, but well, now it's not gonna matter. But we are faster thanks to that Dragon Dance. Wow, that is so clutch. So the Mirror Herb item won us that game, like straight up just won us that game. This is amazing. Yeah, in the last video when I featured this team, Entei was kind of the MVP, and at least in this battle so far, Entei is the MVP. That was insane. That was amazing. I love Entei. I probably said that a million times already, but Entei is so cool. And there you go. That's some reasoning for potentially running that Mirror Herb item, which is an item you don't typically see. Just a little bit of background. I explained it in the last video where I featured this team, but I was looking on the Pokemon Home usage statistics, and Entei was up there in like the top like 20. I think it was decently high ranked, and I saw that like one of the most common items on it, I think the second most common or something, maybe third. Well, one of the most used items on it was Mirror Herb, and I was like, what does that do? So I looked it up, and basically whenever the enemy boosts their stat, you copy that boost one time. So it's a one-time use item. And in the face of Dragonite, that's an insane item, as you saw in that game. I'm kind of surprised more Pokemon don't run Mirror Herb in this meta. You know, Dragonite is always Dragon Dancing. Sometimes Goldengo is Nasty Plotting. One time I ran into a Flutter Mane who was Calm Minding, and that copying the special defense boost was super clutch against it. But yeah, that was an awesome one. Let's go to game 2. And game number 2, we've got another Flutter Mane, we've got another Archaludon. Everyone loves those Pokemon, they're everywhere. We also have Porygon 2, we have Meowscarada, which is a good Pokemon. Once again, all I'm seeing here is that Entei looks really good. Yeah, I try to mix things up, but I mean, Entei's looking really good here. So, you know, it's as we saw in that game, it can be good against Fluttermane. I guess the biggest threat against Entei is Primarina. So if we can bring something against that, then we're in a good spot. This is a situation where I feel like it's pretty likely that their Archaludon has Stealth Rock. So I'm not sure how to lead against that, in all honesty. It could also lead Meowscarada. That's a possibility. And if they do that, it's kind of rough. I know I'm gonna bring Entei. I guess another good question though is about the Electivire. In all honesty, I am not sure about Electivire here, because I would probably want to terrastalize it. Let's lead with Dragapult because I love me some Dragapult. Ursaluna's solid here too, but let's just go ahead and bring these guys. Let's see what happens here. Let's bring the 3 bears. They're not bears, but Electivire kind of looks like a bear. What is Electivire, by the way? Let me know in the comments. Of course, Ursaluna literally is a bear, and then Entei is like a dog or something, but it could be a bear. I don't know. We're bringing the 3 bears to this one. Let's see how it goes. I didn't feel like Espeon looked amazing here. Primarina's really tanky from the special side, so they do lead with Meowscarada. U-turn would have been nice here, but I actually took U-turn off. Draco Meteor would hit really hard. They could also just go knock off right off the bat, and that's really bad for me if they're faster. And the other thing that sucks here is they're probably Focus Sash. I'm gonna blast. We'll see what happens, everyone. This might end up being an awful battle. We do hit the Fire Blast though, and we are faster. Of course, they are Focus Sashed. We don't burn them, sadly, so they have free potential or free reign to just destroy my Dragapult here. However, I am really happy that I got them down to that Sash. Let's go ahead and switch right into the Entei now to finish them off, unless they're Terra Ghost, which would be really weird, but I've seen weirder things. So we get to finish them off here with the Extreme Speed, which is nice. And also, like I said, Entei's pretty well positioned against their whole team anyway, so even if they switch here, I'm not that afraid. I guess a worst case scenario would be if they switch into Archaludon and they get that free defense boost with Stamina. And honestly, thinking about it, Archaludon's a real threat to my team at this point because I don't have any special attackers. So let's see who's the early riser here. It is indeed Primarina. Huh. I could Terra and hit them really hard, or I could go into Evire. I think I just got a Terra. Let's see how their ground type potential is looking. They don't have any Pokemon that can learn ground type moves, so I think I'm fine with that. The reason I was looking at that was because if they did have some strong ground type moves, then Electivire is a lot worse. So I would probably want to terrastalize Electivire, but since they don't, I'm fine doing this. Hopefully they don't Terra, although I think one of the more common Terra types for Primarina is Water. Perfect. Because another common Terra type for Primarina is Fire, and if they do have Terra Fire, that actually is really good against me. However, we are going to be able to take them down really low with that, you know, super effectively stab Terra Blast. I think I just go Extreme Speed here and just hope it knocks them out, and they make the switch. Okay. Who would they switch into here? It could be Archaludon. Once again, if they have Archaludon, I'm kind of afraid of that. Okay, they do in fact have Arch, and if they have Stamina, this is the best turn, yeah, the best turn of their lives. All right, everyone, we're gonna see the true power. Oh, we get a defense boost. Oh, that doesn't matter. That doesn't do anything, yeah. Their last 2 Pokemon are special attackers. They have not Terrastalized. I'm gonna Sacred Fire. My best bet at this point is just burning them. Archaludon, one of Archaludon's biggest weaknesses is the fact that it does not have reliable recovery. They go Dragon Tail. I'm gonna take that really well. I guess this is a situation where me having a defense boost is actually helping. We go into Electivire now. Let's see what Electivire can do here. I considered running Cross Chop instead of Earthquake, and Cross Chop has a high crit chance, but I just settled on Earthquake just because it seems more reliable. So, oh, this is really painful, everyone. Yeah, I just gotta go for that. Oh, and they have some recovery here. This is gonna end pretty badly unless they Dragon Tail me again. They could go Body Press now. That's, ooh, that is just. All right, I'm gonna Ice Punch and hope to freeze. That's all I got at this point. I think I'm dead. Unless we freeze. My poor little Electivire. All right, bye Electivire. You're a cute little bear, but you're not good enough. All right, my only hope here is like a crit and a burn. I need like a crit and a burn here at this point, and I don't think that, I don't even know if that alone will save me. Yeah, we'll see what happens. GG, everyone. Burns do affect body press, even though body press, or I think they do. Either way, we're dead. I think that if you, like, even though body press goes off of the defense stat, I think if you're burned, it still lowers the damage of body press, I believe. Anyways, either way, we get destroyed there by Ursaluna, and that just shows the power of it, right? And I've been kind of singing its praises as well. I had a team featuring it a video or two ago. I don't remember at this point. And it's a good Pokemon. It's a great Pokemon. Like I said, the biggest downside to it is the lack of recovery. But if you can switch it in against the right thing, like my opponent did there, it can just wall you for days. And if you don't have a dedicated special attacker, because special attack is its biggest weakness, it has a really low special defense stat, you know, it could just end the game by itself, as it did there. So pretty rough stuff. Let's do game 3. I think I said I would do a couple battles here, but I don't want to end on that game. Let's go to game 3. No Ursaluna. That is a relief. And they have an interesting team, kind of a theme team, I guess. I mean, they have the Loyal 3, the Loyal 3, I think that's what they're called, and Ogerpon, so they have all those Pokemon from the Teal Mask DLC. They also have Golduck, which is interesting, as well as Arcanine, which you don't typically see. I think I am just going to bring Electivire here just to show it off. This does look like a good Espeon game as well, because they have so many poison types. And then I'm kind of worried about that Ogerpon. Is it just another Entei game? I mean, that Ogerpon Rock is pretty good here. I think I like Urshifu. Yeah, I think I like Urshifu. So, question is, what do we lead with? I think I'm gonna lead Urshi. It's pretty good against a lot of what they could bring. I mean, I could lead Espeon as I typically do, but I'm kind of worried if they lead with Ogerpon in that case. Plus, Espeon's really good against all their poison types if they bring any of those. So, like, it feels nice to preserve Espeon in the back, and if they bring in one of their poison types, I can bring in Espeon afterwards. So we'll see how that plays out. Interesting team, like I said. Let's see if their trainer card's cool. It is! It's pretty funny that Arcanine was in the wall. I'm assuming Arcanine's like maybe one of their favorite Pokemon. They lead Golduck, interesting. So this is not a good matchup for Urshifu. I don't want to lose Urshi right away, but also, what could they go for? A Psychic type move? I'm gonna go Electivire here, see what happens. I think I should take a hit pretty well. I doubt they're gonna go for a water move here. So whatever they go for, we should take it. They do go Psychic, as I thought. And we should be faster. We take that decently, although I don't think we can survive a water type move from them. Either way, we're just gonna go Supercell Slam and hope that we're faster. I think Electivire is naturally faster than Golduck, but I'm not running max speed, and I'm also an adamant nature, so who knows what's gonna happen here. We're faster, perfect, okay. And we get a kill with Electivire, everyone. All right, pack it up. The game is over. We won the game here. We won our little side game by getting one knockout with Electivire. We finally did it. Pack it up, everyone. All right, they go into that Ogerpon. We are not going to get a kill here. I think I just got to stay in. I mean, they're going to go for Rock type Ivy Cudgel, so we definitely do not Terrasilize here. Oh, Ice Punch is super effective. Let's see what happens here. Oh, they go Power Whip. Ooh, so if I had Terrasilize there, then we would have resisted that and maybe gotten our second kill, but I think I'm glad I did that. Let's go into Urshi now. And yeah, I mean, they could go Power Whip. Maybe this is a dumb play, actually. Should I just Terrasilize? I think I can Terrasilize here. I don't think... I'm gonna Terra, whatever. I'm not gonna overthink it. I was gonna say, I don't think that I'm gonna need to Terrasilize Espeon. My Espeon is Terra normal to take on ghost types. It's possible Monkey Dory has Shadow Ball, so that's one thing I'm concerned about, but this should be a pretty good situation for me. I'm guaranteed to survive any hit from them because I have Focus Sash, and this should kill them. Even if I don't kill them, I do have Aqua Jet. However, Ogerpon does sometimes run quick attacks, so that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, we're gonna knock him out with that Surging Strikes, and I kind of feel like, yeah, I think Terrasilizing mattered here. I think if I had not Terrasilized, I might not have killed them. But like I said, I have Aqua Jet, although once again, they could have quick attack, so maybe this did matter. We're not certain about that. Finally, let's go to the last Pokemon. We are 2v1. Urshifu should be faster than most of what they have left. It is this thing. I don't remember the speed stat on this, but I'm gonna click Surging Strikes. I'm not gonna look into it. Perfect. This should end the game. Yeah, this should be GG. Pheasantipity. Wow, it takes it really well. They are a poison and fairy type, so as long as they just kill us here and don't roost or something. Wow, what? U-turn? I mean, that's the thing about this Pokemon, Pheasantipity. I've used it before on a team. It's pretty good, but it's more like it's really weird because it has stats that make it like a defensive Pokemon. And then its move pool is also like it's like not offensive at all. Like it barely has anything to do offensive damage. So it's kind of sad. I think I just click Psychic. I'm just worried like if they're Terra Dark, we lose the game. But if they're Terra Dark, they deserve to win the game with their Terra Dark Pheasantipity. Yeah. If they're Terra Dark, then we lock ourselves into Psychic but I like I said, I tend to overthink things, so you know, I'm just gonna go for it. Cause I was gonna say, oh, maybe I'll just go Shadow Ball, but then if they're Terra Normal, then it would be wild. But either way, we get to knock them out with our Espeon, and we got a knockout with Electivire. I still like Electivire, and I think I'll try it out in the future as well. I think the biggest selling point for it is as an offensive electric type, and also its ability is pretty unique. Motor Drive, which means that it's immune to electric attacks, and it gets its speed boosted. So going Terra Water or Terra Flying is pretty cool, because you could like be a water or flying type, and then if they try to hit you with an electric type move, you're immune to it. So it kind of dissuades that. However, I think the fact that there are not that many good electric types in the meta right now to hit you with those electric type moves. And for Electivire, like if you want to run a good physical attacker, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of good Urshifu and Entei, two Pokemon that I'm already running on this team, are better. So I don't know. I love Electivire. I'll probably keep trying it, but you know, at least I like that this video showed like different Pokemon getting features. Like Entei was very good in the first battle, but I didn't really use it that much in the other. Well, it wasn't like the top Pokemon in either of the others. Well, either way, that's the team for you. That's the games for today. I know it was a little shorter of a video, but like I said, I want to try to mix things up. I want to be uploading more content. It's just that, you know, so it'll probably, if I want to do more content, it'll probably be like this, where I do a mix of brand new teams. Because if you'll notice, like when I do new teams, I love doing it. It's a lot of fun, but you know, obviously I need to build the teams in game and get the Terra types and everything and put them together on PokePaste and all that. So it tends to take a little bit longer to do those videos, which is why they're a little more spread out. However, if I mix in some videos like this, where I'm kind of bringing back other teams and stuff and doing like quick features of teams that I've done in the past, you know, it allows me to do more content and feature Pokemon that maybe I didn't get enough of a chance to feature previously. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you all have a fantastic day or night or evening. Is night and evening the same thing?